The diversity around the country means that each community will face unique threats to safety and security. From natural hazards such as hurricanes and technological hazards such as dam failure to human-caused incidents like cyber attacks, understanding potential threats and how they affect a community is the first step to building a successful exercise program. This video will provide an overview of how communities conduct threat assessments to inform the priorities of their exercise program. While there are many different types of risk assessments a community can use, this video will specifically focus on the Threat and Hazard Identification and Risk Assessment, or THYRA. THYRA is a three-step risk assessment process that helps communities identify and understand their most challenging threats and hazards and determine the level of capability they need in order to assess those threats and hazards. It helps community leaders answer the following questions. What threats and hazards can affect our community? If they occurred, what impacts would those threats and hazards have on our community? And based on those impacts, what capabilities should our community have? Let's take a closer look at the Thyra process. The first step is to identify threats and hazards. Communities should consider the likelihood of a threat or hazard and the challenge presented by the impacts of that threat or hazard if it occurred. The next step is to give threats and hazards context. This means creating descriptions with potential time, place, location details, and estimating the impacts and magnitude of an incident. The final step of the Thyra process is where communities establish capability targets. Capabilities are the means to accomplish a mission or function based on the performance of related tasks under specified conditions. Capability targets describe the level of capability a community plans to work towards achieving to address a threat or hazard. FEMA provides standardized language to help communities craft their targets. Capability targets are not a reflection of the current capability, but rather of the performance level communities aspire to and build towards. Throughout the entire Thyra process, exercise planners should include subject matter experts and representatives from the whole community to ensure the threats and hazards identified are comprehensive. Risk and capability assessments such as Thyra are important because they help exercise planners prioritize their preparedness goals and capabilities, and allows communities to focus their limited resources to build and assess capabilities that address threats and hazards with the greatest challenge. Exercises should be informed by risk and threat assessments so that a community can assess current capabilities or strengthen them to close any gaps. Threats and hazards are always changing, so exercise planners should regularly review their community's Thyra. With this information, you now understand the importance of threat and risk assessments for your own exercise planning. Good luck!